c'est genre en alpha, genre, pis le dude il jouait, man, pis il avait tellement peur, il courait pendant la chase, il allait se cacher dans le locker. J'étais genre tabarnak, j'ai envie de péter mon clavier, là.
Au début.
Bonsoir!
Yo!
Ça va bien, il y a du monde ici.
Ouais.
Tout le monde a pris congé finalement.
Ah,
On change en congé.
Moi, je choisis mes congés, là. J'ai un congé d'une heure et demie, là, pour le stream.
Ok. Parfait.
Après ça, je repars
voilà.
travailler.
Voilà.
Voilà.
C'est good. Allô, hey,
Le
hein?
meilleur des deux mondes.
Ah, pas de réponse. Oh, il y a un trailer quoi. C'est quoi qui monte?
Ah ouais, what the fuck?
C'est quoi ce délai, hein?
Hey, la
Ah oui,
chase,
c'est
c'était
ça.
insane, gang!
La chase, c'est insane. Ça, c'est quoi ça? Un Fog Whisper, ok.
Ça doit être les affaires de communauté, là.
C'est bon ou ça lag?
Ouais, ils font ça.
Comme ils ont fait l'an passé, là, des petits clips de communauté.
Bon,
Ouais,
tous
mais-
les bugs de DBD en rafale.
Ah non, c'est toutes
Qu'est-ce qu'on en a pour 4 heures?
Ça doit être tous les Fog Whisperers, ça.
Ouais.
Ouais, c'est des Fog Whisperers.
Urban Evasion vers la fin.
Le Fuck Whisper qui joue avec Urban Invasion, c'est bon, ça c'est accurate.
Ils ont bien compris le jeu, c'est parfait.
Ça représente la communauté.
Arc de King, est-ce que je l'ai lu?
C'est bon ou ça lag ou c'est juste moi qui lag, genre? Juste moi qui lag, peut-être? Eh ben. Elle est en retard. Oh là là! Salut Jix de Québec, salut tout le monde, j'espère que vous allez bien!
Regardez le... Oh my god, DBD en ce moment, la catégorie, c'est juste du monde qui regarde.
Ah ouais?
Et furry act. C'est juste ça.
Non, man.
Je vais aller voir moi aussi.
Oh, Tuki, le lapin!
Oui, t'as qui? Push!
Et lapin? Ok, elle met son lapin en bas à droite.
Il manque de représentation
des
québécoise.
Ouais, on est où nous autres?
C'est
J'ai tout
sûr.
Steam qui. Where
Fuck
we
ça,
are!
Fog.
Fuck Gripping qui pop.
She karate kicked
King. Avec la rage, ouais.
Ouais. Vous avez tapé ton clavier.
Il monte.
Sans palin, let's go!
Ah, ça, il est fin, lui.
C'est un truc de ouf.
Moi, ça lag en full screen, je vais mettre de même. Ça ressemble à ma chute que j'avais faite, mais dans la map du désert. Popper. C'est qui ça, Popper? Ah, c'est lui.
Il est fin, lui aussi. Poppers, il est vraiment gentil.
Ah, il est fin avec les killers aussi, on voit ça. Ah! Je pensais qu'elle allait du donner.
He knows nothing. He knows nothing.
Comment il a pas vu qu'elle rentrait?
He knows nothing. He
L'animation du
knows
stun.
nothing.
Non, sa caméra a été coupée.
Ouais.
Faites vos jeux pour quel survivant est tueur. Ah,
Can I go like this?
Je connais pas.
Nice.
non plus.
Il est nice.
Hein? Ah! Le rewind!
Non, il y en a beaucoup que j'aime pas aussi.
Le rewind, c'est genre un accessoire. Victor!
Ça, le général, son. Oh my god, ça prend un peu de ça.
Je savais pas que tu pouvais tuer Victor de même.
Ben oui.
Là, il se fait un stun.
Oh, petit Victor!
Oh non!
Et,
Babanouche!
Milady comme petit.
Il y en a que je connais pas.
ça a plus de pop que moi, elle.
Only do it.
Et tu fais combien?
Alors, Rip Victor.
Oh my god!
Hi, c'était
Fucking
proche!
love to see it!
Si, il y avait un charm, t'as vu?
Un charm?
Ouais, un charm pour les fogs.
Ouais.
Oh no, he's gonna get me.
What?
Never mind, I broke his ankles. Did you leave?
C'est sûr.
Okay, cool. Bye.
On a vu petit X, ça t'en a.
Si.
Go!
Je suis dans la pile. Hey, gros.
Make him break it, make him break it.
Crunchy.
Oh! Oh!
Oh non!
Jackson!
Let's go.
Il voulait péter la palette puis le ramasser.
Là, c'est à cause de la CJT avec ça.
Ouais.
Euh,
Ça le force. Quand tu passes la palette, là, vu que la palette est utilisée, il n'y a pas le choix de ramasser.
Oh my god.
Il a rien vu.
Imagine, il passe dans le trou qu'il y avait pendant 3 jours.
Allez,
Il l'a pas vu.
là, il y aurait eu un chandail rose qui aurait été vu par contre. Les skins, là, ça peut t'aider ou non?
Non, non, non!
Ex-élite.
C'est sûr.
Oh, je suis un joker!
Et voilà. Hey, Québécois, on risque d'avoir X-Star Wake sûrement.
Non.
C'est-tu le seul Fog Whisperer québécois?
La petite équipe est pas fog?
Aucune idée.
Je sais pas. Fait que ça on va mettre à jour. Ah, sérieux, vous mettez une pub? Oh là là.
Ah ouais,
C'est pas de
mis
pub,
en-
moi.
Moi, j'ai
Il a fait
j'ai
un reset.
actualisé. Du Racel.
Regardez ça chez vous autres.
Blood Warden.
Duracell, let's go.
Ah ouais, du Racel, là, Colin. Ah ouais, ah ouais, ah ouais. Bordel.
Il y en a trop.
Colin.
Écoutez-les sur YouTube, il n'y a pas de pub.
Hein?
Ouais, c'est vrai, YouTube.
T'aurais pu.
Bonne idée.
Trop tard.
Mais t'as le temps, c'est pas grave.
Non, je suis à jour. Vous autres, il reste 8 minutes 52, 51, 50. C'est bon? Parfait.
J'ai une seconde en avance, on va se faire.
Moi, je suis une
What
seconde
is
en
happening
Animation.
here? This is boring.
Well, Trapper, it's this, or we do trivia for the viewers.
Wait, people are
Je l'aime
watching.
trop.
Thousands.
Why?
Okay, very funny, Trapper. Would you like to ask the first question?
Gee, you sure are putting me on the spot here, but who is the best trapper? And the nominees are
Mais non.
Trapper, Hag, Nightmare, or the Pig. Answer with 1, 2, 3, or 4. Number 1 is correct answer. Fake pallets. Those are
Docteur, t'as pas été
stupid and
nominé?
not cool. I also don't want to be able to draw my
Il fait des
traps.
fake pallets.
Then
Ouais, c'est
teleport
vrai.
to them when they are triggered. That would be very inconvenient. And then there's the pig with her
Je peux pas
reverse
répondre
head
parce que je
trap.
followais pas.
I never thought about it, but I guess I could put my traps on the survivors' heads
C'est
too.
sûr!
And
J'ai
here are
voté.
the results.
C'est un Maurice, ça, rendu
those
là.
are amazing results. Can I test your head for my trap idea?
No.
Okay.
Ah, nouvelle
Let's
façon de
keep
tuer.
the game going with other fog whisperers and friends.
The what?
各位物证人，你们好，我是来自中国的物语者 M Kenny， 我是一个人类杀手双边玩家，最喜欢的人类角色是小黑妹 Claudette， 最喜欢的杀手角色是
Ils vont
妹。
mettre
我
beaucoup
是
de
从
monde,
2016年夏天开始
je
玩
pense,
黎明
de
杀机
l'Asie
这
parce
款
qu'ils
游
veulent,
戏
c'est un
的
marché
节
qu'ils
目，开
veulent.
始做直播以及视频
Il
相
va y avoir
关
des
的内
fog
容。
whispers de
2020
China,
年
de
第一次人类
Corée,
三个杀手
de...
的版本开始到
C'est
现在，
sûr
不知不觉也已经过了5年了。那么在陪着杀鸡一路成长的过程中呢，我也认识了很多本来根本就没有任何交集的朋友。那么我在这里要问观众的问题就是：你玩黎明杀机已经多久了呢？0到1年、2年、3年还是4年以上？最后，我想感谢粉丝们一直以来的支持，还有现在还在坚持玩黎明杀机的中国玩家。当然，还要感谢5年来一直不断提供优质内容给我们玩的制作组。
Oh man, il nous fait fucking survey en live, tabarnak! C'est quoi ça?
我们迷雾理解。
Man, il y a 2 minutes d'attente quand t'écris un message. T'as-tu vu la quantité de monde qui écrivent en 2 minutes à chaque fois?
Il y a moins de monde sur YouTube.
Ah, YouTube, c'est moins live là, en tant que tel. Il y a 32 000 personnes sur Twitch. Man. Il y en a combien sur YouTube?
Oh.
Je suis un Fog Whisperer français. Je fais des live Twitch ainsi que des vidéos YouTube sur Dead by Daylight. Aujourd'hui, j'ai une question très importante à vous poser. Si vous êtes tueur
c'est pour
et
ça
que
qu'ils m'ont
vous vous faites
demandé d'envoyer une
flasher par un
vidéo, je
survivant,
comprenais pas.
qu'est-ce que vous faites? Choix numéro 1, vous levez la tête. Choix numéro 2, vous baissez la tête. Choix numéro 3, vous faites un tour sur vous-même. Choix numéro 4, vous vous laissez flasher. Je tenais à vous remercier énormément. Mes viewers,
Moi, c'est le 1, je peux pas répondre.
Énormément d'être présent.
Moi, je
Grâce à
m'écarte.
vous, je suis Fog Whisperer et vous me voyez sur ce live. Donc,
peux
je vous
pas
en
arrêter
remercie
l'inévitable.
énormément. Un gros
Ferme
remerciement
tes yeux,
également
t'es
aux développeurs de
absent,
Dead by
on
Daylight qui me permettent aujourd'hui de vous parler et de faire ce que je fais, de vivre de ma passion. Merci beaucoup à tout le monde. Et surtout, je souhaite à tous et à toutes de passer un très bon 5e anniversaire de Dead by Daylight. 5 ans de DBD. Magnifique.
5 ans de bug.
5 ans. Félicitations et surtout, merci tout le monde.
C'est pour ça que t'es pas Fog Whisperer, mon boy.
C'est ça, moi, mon corps, il aurait pas été le même. 5 ans de bug, bravo!
Ouais, t'as attendu tout ce temps-là juste pour quand ils
Hi
font ça, tout
everyone,
le
Fog
monde.
Whisperer
c'est ça.
Frisk here. I'm mainly a Dead by Daylight content creator here on Twitch. So when I'm not breaking ankles or taking killers on joyrides, you might recognize me from possibly hosting stuff. I've hosted Twitch Rivals as well as some Twitch Weekly, and I also do voice acting stuff with my latest thing being the voice of Elodie for Salmonation. So chat, I have a question for you. Be honest with me.
Ah, peux-tu crier? Moi, je veux entendre son cri.
Ah, ok. Non, mais pour Salmonation, qu'elle a dit, pas pour des bébés.
With option 1
Sans
being
DVD
yes,
à péter les
or
oreilles
option
quand il
2
crie.
being no.
Did you hit your last
Special
skill
thank
check?
you to the Dead by Daylight team for everything that they continue to do for the Dead by Daylight community. And I'm excited to see where the rest of the year takes us. Happy 5th anniversary, Dead by Daylight. I'll see you in the fog.
Juste son heure de dîner.
C'est l'heure de dîner à Chamal.
Je comprends pas la question. C'est quoi la question?
Ah, moi, je suis en congé aujourd'hui.
Bah oui.
Un juego que disfruto ya desde hace mucho tiempo. Y tengo una pregunta para vosotros, tengo una pregunta para la audiencia.
Moi, je l'ai raté, ça l'a mené à une chase interminable, puis je suis mort devant la trappe.
Je suis déçu. Non, décollé! T'as raté ton dernier skill check! Je te souhaite un pas bon anniversaire.
Ok, mais là, m'encore les de la question là.
C'est pas rapport. C'est quoi
ça? Il y a un skill check sans.
Attendre le 3 minutes.
Oui, mais là, on va attendre, t'as nous niaiser, on n'est pas des enfants au primaire là. Tu fais ton dernier skill check, ta gueule, tabarnak, à streamer.
Ben, c'est pour laisser passer le temps, là.
Mais c'est des séquences.
Ah, mais c'est pour voir si le monde sont sur console ou PC. Console ou PC. La cap panique. Qui panique, man?
Moi, j'ai quand la dernière fois, vous avez mangé de la colle. Aujourd'hui, bientôt, hier.
Moi aussi, je vais être là avec vous en the Discord. D'ailleurs, on est quand même pas mal déjà, Inugami.
Ah.
Je me sentais pas bien, ce AM. Ah, quoi qu'à chez elle?
C'est Felix qui va gagner, c'est sûr.
Will you win a cup Paul is Drag Race? Hey.
Blight.
Le Blight!
Blight 1%.
Le Blight!
Moi, je verrais Blight lâcher des confettis d'en face du monde, là.
Ok, je peux voter, je vote.
Until you die, là. Moi, je verrais tellement Blight faire son lip sync Until you die. C'est pas bon pour de vrai.
Il y a beaucoup de 3 et de 4.
J'ai écouté les deux premières saisons, là, mais à un moment donné, ça devient redondant. Bob the Drag Queen, la gang, c'est la best.
Non, The Blight.
Je l'ai pas vu.
Il y a tellement que ça deviendrait le show à Blight.
Hello friends, this is Odds, like for real, and it's an honor to grow as
Ah, il reste 2 minutes, on va chercher la bière pour l'anniversaire, je reviens.
Dead by Daylight, the game we all love.
What the fuck, il y a un trou dans ta barbe.
Before I go, though, I have a question for you. If Dead by Daylight was some kind of game show and you could take home one parting gift, which one of these 4 would you choose? A pallet, a totem,
C'est voulu, mais c'est
un crow,
or a generator?
Une palette.
Bon.
Comme ça, ça marche pas.
Enjoy the anniversary.
Ah,
Pug.
Palette d'en face.
Une bonne palette. Un corbeau.
Je pourrais le dresser, puis il pourra faire des affaires, puis il pourra me pondre des œufs.
Moi, je veux le gen, mais quand... Moi, je veux le gen, mais quand il faisait le bruit de la Honda Civic.
Honda Civic.
Je pense que c'est les daggers les plus précis que j'ai vus de tous les streamers.
Oh. Merci pour le follow, what's up? Vous avez tous pris congé pour DVD ou quoi? Ok, oui! Et une fois par année, hein?
Ça montre un clip de quelqu'un en train de rager.
Et voilà! Ah ouais, maison. Bye guys! Bon anniversaire! 5e anniversaire de Dead by Daylight. On est ready, il reste 1 minute. J'ai vraiment hâte de découvrir tout ça avec vous autres. Ça risque d'être un live d'à peu près 1 heure, 1 heure et demie. Puis après ça, on va installer le PTB, on va aller jouer, mais je sais pas si ça va me prendre combien de temps, genre. Fait que, on va voir. Salut Landry! Merci pour le follow. Bienvenue à toi. Ça va très bien, Star Snow, bonsoir. Bon! Let's go.
C'est comme le gif avec le pingouin, pas le pingouin, le nounours rose là, qui pogne 2 bait traps d'affilée.
C'est juste ça, bordel de merde, pourquoi elle a pas de rayon de terrain, cette folle?
Cette folle!
Mais quoi?
Ah là, t'étais pas penché, c'est facile.
Maya, descends.
Il...
vu qu'elle avait pas de terreur.
Là, il va s'enfuir.
Just Kobe first round.
Hey, 10 secondes, guys, je me sens mieux qu'à la fin de l'année.
7, 6, 5. Ah ouais. 3, 2, ah! J'ai eu peur. 1-0.
Yeah!
Bon, on écoute.
Oh, ça va être le trailer, ça va être le trailer.
Silence. Yeah. Oh. Let's go! Fait que là, on a vu toutes les quelle heure. Ah, ça, on l'avait déjà eu.
Tu l'as bien, Kev. Ouais.
Elle drop la palette, elle passe à travers.
Les skins! Ils ont bien fait ça, leur affaire.
Yes. Oh.
C'est aussi bon, là. Tabarnak, le setup.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to our 5th year celebration. How crazy is that? A huge thank you to our fans, the people who've been with us for years. 5 years of going from humble beginnings to 5 years down the line being re-reviewed by the likes of IGN and GameSpot, giving us a 9 out of 10 by being the greatest asymmetrical multiplayer out there. 5 years from our humble beginnings to today. A huge welcome to our old friends who've been with us for so long. Thank you for sticking around. Thank you for being with us and supporting us. And to all of our new friends out there, people who might be
Allô tout le monde in the chat.
Welcome. Grab a log by the campfire and enjoy the show.
Ouais, tu vas en haut le Resident Evil Chapter dans 15 minutes.
Ouais. Bon, Resident Evil Chapter. J'ai hâte de voir c'est quoi la roadmap. Moi, je sens qu'ils vont mettre le retracing. Ou le Unreal Engine 5, mais c'est peut-être plus l'année prochaine, ça.
Moi, je dis qu'ils vont revamp plein de perks. Ça va être ça.
Now join me on a stroll down memory lane.
C'est un bon moment pour entendre parler
Behavior's
du
been making
matchmaking.
games for about 30 years now, mostly for other people. Licenses
On sait pas encore Warrior,
and other
on va le savoir
publishers,
sûrement plus tard.
All of us on the team, we have our own stories we want to tell. And one of those stories that we've been wanting to tell for a long time is the story of this fantasy, being a villain in a horror movie. Way back when, a decade or so ago, people were telling us horror doesn't sell. I mean, unless you're like the big ones, like Silent Hill or Resident Evil, but really, don't even try. So we tried. We didn't give up. We released one as a comedic twist on this called Naughty Bear. If you don't know Naughty Bear, go check it out. It's magical. A little later on, though, we had one of our designers come up with a little prototype. A very simple hide-and-seek thing with someone trying to hide and do a thing, and someone else trying to catch them and finish the game. And it was so good. It was pure thumb candy.
On va avoir le démo aujourd'hui qu'on va pouvoir tous jouer normalement.
Of the 70s, 80s horror slasher flick, we were onto something remarkable. So we put the old band back together. We went and got Ash and Dave and Phil, and we put a team of about 30 talented, special people on it. And in June of 2016,
je pense qu'il est parti puis il a juste mis son son pour l'entendre.
came to be. one of the first key moments for us happened just a little before launch. So the first Halloween before launch, we showed it to the rest of the behavior people. I remember we put the killer on the big screen and we put the survivors in a different room and we had people play the game and there was a lot of excitement.
Dans le chat, il y en a plein qui disaient the next killer is Shrek.
And then we put the survivor on the big screen and people went a little nuts and we saw the crowd really gather and root for the little guy to survive. And we realized at that point that not only was Dead by Daylight going to be a great game, but it was going to make for an amazing show. And it led to us developing a close and really rewarding relationship with our content creators around the world. They helped make Dead by Daylight the success that it is today. And
61,000 personnes sur le live.
It really feels satisfying to be able to say that today we've made some good friends because of that. The next Halloween, after launch, when we added Michael Myers and Laurie Strode to the game from the original 1978 movie Halloween. At first, you know, we shipped the game with 2 killers and 4 survivors. Today, now, 5 years down the line, we have 24 killers and 27 survivors. We've managed to build a world that is so rich, so deep, dripping with story, so that all of these other legends of horror, those iconic characters from all different medias, were able to come into the game and our own original content can stand proudly side by side with the likes of Freddy Krueger and Ghostface. Today, we're very proud to say that Dead by Daylight is now the Hall of Fame of horror. One thing that may have taken us by surprise a little bit is the depth of passion that our fans have shown us around the world. I am lucky enough that I was part of the delegation that was sent to meet people and to represent Dead by Daylight around the world, and we've met some crazy passionate fans out there, and thank you for that. I have seen firsthand the love, the support, the passion that unites people from everywhere around the world with that crazy game that we've made. One of the things I think that led to that is probably our creative team's talent and skill and the dedication of their research to try to find universal bits of horror. And whether they get inspired by
Mademoiselle, comment ça va? Enfin, j'ai associé un visage au nom. Comment ça? Un visage à mon nom?
What scares you can scare anybody else.
Qui es-tu?
Horror and fear are universal. And it brings people together. And that is kind of magical. Now, after all these years, the team has grown close together. And the people around the game, we're now over 300 people at Behavior working on this. There's people all around the world that are our collaborators, our partners. We've made more friends and you know, partners than I can count. We've also had more inside jokes than I can count. Maybe one day we'll tell you what really is at the bottom of that campfire. Maybe one day we'll explain why the jar of salty lips. And maybe you'll learn who is Jean-Marc Nelly.
What the fuck?
In the meantime, since I have an opportunity here, I would like to address something. At PAX a couple of years ago, I think it was in 2017, a journalist asked me about the state of the game, and they asked me about the team. And I answered them. Well, we were having some technical difficulties at the time. It was a bit of a rough patch, I won't lie. But I answered them saying that I thought we had done a pretty good job so far. And for some reason, people were stuck. People started using them willy-nilly. They started attaching these words to many things.
And then
you know what? I'm okay with it. I love this team, and I love the work, the skill, the passion that has gone into it. I love this game. And if someone was to ask me again the same question, I do believe I would tell them again. I think we've done a pretty good job so far.
Eh ben, en tout cas.
Il dit pas être la même intonation.
The choices you make as you travel into the fog are of the utmost importance.
Ah, c'est quoi ça?
Now you go.
Ah, le chat, il choisit.
Non,
mais cool,
c'est un bait.
Deux!
Il est aléatoire.
On va avoir une récompense, je pense.
Ah non, je suivais pas.
Ouais, c'est vrai, il y a des gifs dans le jeu.
Et voilà, moi je dois l'avoir.
Je peux pas, man.
2 t'as rien de gagner.
Je suis pas follower, fait que je peux pas écrire pendant 10 minutes. Je me suis fait.
Man!
Ouvrir le jeu live d'un coup qu'il y a un truc.
Ah, trouve pas. Ah, ben pour vrai, il donne des récompenses pour ceux qui étaient là. Ah oui, mais merde!
Grippin, ouvre le jeu, hostie de mange-marde!
Toi, tu ouvrais le jeu!
Je vais aller pogner un reward.
Mais non, mais ça marche pas de même!
Dès qu'ils vont donner un code, c'est pas tabarnak!
Ah oui, le code est dans le jeu pis t'as 10 secondes pour l'activer!
Le code il expire après 4
non,
secondes.
Non, quand il donne un cadeau, man, tu ouvres le jeu dans 1 an, tu vas l'avoir, là.
On va choisir le premier killer qui va être revealed, easy.
Ah ben oui! Oui, là! Premier killer,
quoi. Entre 1 ou 2 killers, si tout le monde vote 1.
Voilà! Ouh! Je te l'avais-tu dit?
Comment qu'on entend ça?
Ah, il est collé.
Ok, mais là, pour vrai, je m'en fous, là.
Ah, pas moins. 10 fragrantements, c'est 10 levels.
Tabarnak, c'est dégueulasse.
Ah non, c'est pas 10 levels, c'est 1 level. Right?
Mais c'est 1 level.
C'est 1 level.
Ah!
Je m'en caline, là. Ça serait un skin, j'aurais ouvert le jeu assez vite, là. Ok, non, mais non, pour vrai, j'ouvre le jeu parce que c'est sûr qu'il va peut-être avoir de quoi.
T'as un skin après le prochain.
Ouais, c'est ça, je prends pas de chance.
Je l'ai screenshot.
Oh! Il y a des marchandises collection, man. Moi, je m'achète le chandail, man.
Ah, ils l'ont posté dans le chat, ils l'ont posté dans le chat.
C'est ben, c'est un bait, toi.
Saw films and the all-new Spiral from the Book of Saw in theaters right now. I just want to take a moment and celebrate with everyone the 5-year anniversary for Dead by Daylight. Congratulations to the Behavior team. We are all incredibly happy that Saw gets to be part of your
L'autre, mon gars, c'était un skin, pis on l'a manqué parce qu'on a voté 2, ici.
Pas valide. What the fuck?
C'était juste la première personne qui l'écrivait qui l'a fait.
Genre.
Ça se peut que ça.
Mais ça serait dégueulasse en tabarnak, moi. Il va y avoir une vague de hate.
Hey, t'as genre 100 quelques mille personnes dans les lives, là. Hey.
YouTube の方で Dead by Daylight を中心に
Marche pas, hein?
実況動画生配信をさせていただいております。日本のフォグウィスパラーの柏木ベルクラで
Je suis même pas capable de me connecter au jeu, Chris.
そして視
Tout le monde rouvre son jeu en même temps.
もしあなたが
Oublie ça, man, le jeu il est dead, là.
連れ去られたとしたら
Ouais, je pense que c'est ça, c'est parce que quand il y a genre fucking 80 000 personnes en même temps qui entrent le code.
Quelle bonne idée.
Se connecter en avance, là, voyons.
そして4が大ヒット
Colin.
5周年ですよ。デッドバイデイライトが何千本も動画を
Une flashlight.
Les serveurs,
Les serveurs sont morts, man.
5年共に歩めたことでめちゃくちゃ光栄です。本当に50年おめでとうございます。
Est-ce que le code est pas valide?
Nice.
Non, moi, le jeu, il veut juste pas démarrer, man.
Ok, le reste de questions qui servent à rien.
Moi, j'ai écrit
Hey everyone, my name is Meg Turney. I'm a cosplayer and a Dead by Daylight streamer, and my question for the audience is, which cosplay would make you cross the street on Halloween night? Is it 1, the Huntress, 2, the Wraith, 3, the Clown, or 4, the Doctor? For me, definitely the Doctor. I don't know how you would do those eyepieces, but I don't want to be anywhere near that.
Impossible.
Do you agree with me? What do you guys think? Let us know. And of course, thank you so much to both the Dead by Daylight community and the devs. I've been so excited to be part of this community. And it's been a wonderful 5 years. Happy 5th anniversary.
Ben, ils ont mis des non-licences.
Ouais. Ils ont mis leur propre tueur.
Oui!
Hello.
Game error. C'est mort, DBD.
Ou de MNA, oublie ça.
Ça m'a fermé le jeu quand même.
Les serveurs sont down, c'est mort.
So play the piano!
Le lapin?
Music, you know how I love music. Play the piano. Yes? Well done.
Bon, 3 minutes et demie.
Alright, well, if I'm gonna fucking be the Pyramid Head, I'm gonna play Pyramid Head. Let me get
Il y a combien de monde dans le jeu pour le fun?
Start. I still can't see.
55. 53 000.
Okay.
Allô?
Doum.
C'est un live.
Doum. Oh, c'est bon, capoté. Quoi?
Hey. Oh my god, c'est pas bien.
If you have pops up.
Oh! Ben, j'ai fait avec.
Wait!
C'est smiley.
Il y a 53 000 personnes dans le jeu. Pour une fois, on n'attendrait pas pour trouver des games.
Let's go! On joue!
Game non plus?
On joue survivant vite!
Le code il marche même pas.
Non.
Le serveur il est pas capable de répondre. C'est pour ça que ça marche pas. Ou le code il est pas bon.
L'année prochaine, je vais ouvrir mon jeu d'avance. What's up, Shadix? Hello, everybody!
Who's gonna win?
Non! Et voilà. Non, même mes fichiers de sauvegarde marchent plus, moi. Tout est fucké, genre. Ça marche pas.
Alors, oublie ça, là. Ferme des BD.
Ça sert plus à rien. Ça sert plus à rien.
This is me right now.
Comme ça marche pas là, ils vont l'arranger plus tard.
Qu'est-ce que... Damn. Cosplay pas pire.
Oui. Ça il sert pas juste pour ses streams.
Et voilà.
Et voilà.
Rupture.
Come here. Hey.
Ah, maman, il ressemble.
Oh god. I take it back.
1 minute. Let's go.
Mettre à tousser.
1 minute.
Oh my god, ils sont dévoués.
Ah, man, encore. Oh, mon cosplay de la Twist, il était soft comparé à ça. Oui, mais pas mes photos de cosplay, moi.
J'aurais honte à ta place d'être quand je vois ça.
Ben oui.
Ah, du black n'est bonne.
Comment qu'elle fait pour voir, man?
Je sais pas.
Incroyable.
Là, je crois rien.
30 secondes. Oui, c'est un... tu mettre Lady Demi, là. C'est capote, ça sera pas ça, mais... C'est quoi ça? C'est quoi ça? Ah. Est-ce qu'il y en a que... Bon!
Reveal!
Et tes flashs, Calis.
I think we did a pretty good job so far.
Ah, j'aime ça ouvrir le jeu.
What is this?
Le live il plante.
What is this?
Ok, les réactions des autres.
No, hold on. Oh! Oh! It's Resident Evil! It's coming to Dead by Daylight! Oh my god, bro! What? Yo! Fuck out of here! No!
J'étais le même dans ma tête, man.
No! I don't even care! I don't even care about nothing else in the stream! Resident Evil is coming to fucking Dead by Daylight!
Le gars, c'est encore liste du jeu, genre!
Nah, bro!
Il veut même pas jouer à Resident Evil!
Les branches en ordi, je les calisse!
C'est l'autre extrême, elle a dit rien.
Elle est drôle.
Elle s'en va pleurer.
Ouais, elle est drôle.
Pleure!
L'autre il crie sa vie et elle a dit
Non.
Ah, ma fille! Calme-toi!
Parce qu'elle est genre, oh non, ils vont ruiner Resident Evil!
Ah, barman!
Pas Resident Evil!
DBD chapter when? I'm telling you. Fucking 5-year anniversary.
Non, on recommence tout le son de quelqu'un qui s'est accroché. Genre, what?
Hello.
Elle a pas compris.
Elle a pas catché, hein.
Ben là, c'est sûr que si tu connais pas Resident Evil, moi non plus, j'avais pas fait le lien, là.
Ah oui, c'était un live de Resident Evil, correct? Ça, là, c'était dans un live de Resident Evil.
Ouais, non, mais il le disait pas à ce moment-là.
Ouais. Si tu le découvrais là,
Ouais.
Non, c'était le live anniversaire de Resident Evil. Ils savent qu'ils sont dans un live Resident Evil. Ça, c'était pas juste un trailer, ça.
Ah, ok.
Ils savent, là.
Ok, je comprends.
Ok, ben je savais pas.
C'était DVD, ok.
C'est exactement comme le live de DVD.
Ok, je pensais que c'était DVD qui le faisait.
Non.
Ok.
Ils ont peut-être regardé la vidéo de juste ça aussi, par exemple. Comme moi.
Mais les joueurs de Resident Evil ne connaissent pas tous DVD. Ouais, mais c'est des fois Whisper qui mettent guys. Le monde qu'on voit, c'est pas des inconnus.
June 2021.
Fuck Whisper qui connaît pas DVD. Là. Bon. Fini.
Let's go.
On va la voir, là.
Oh, la map!
Oh my god. Raccoon City.
Meg. Wow.
Silence, pas de spoil. Là. Moi, je suis en retard, je pense. J'avais. Oh my god. Tabarnak!
Oh my god.
Cette violence! Et voilà. Les médis. Léon! Let it go! Non, mais il y a un killer.
Wow.
Bon. Déçu.
Nemesis!
Hey you. Thank you for joining us today
hey
for this
you.
very special celebration.
Mais la violence!
So we are proud and happy to finally be able to reveal the content of the Resident Evil chapter and be part of the 25th anniversary of Resident Evil.
Hey, Meg a mangé une
know,
volée!
the team's been hard at work on the graphical rework over the last year. That's why we couldn't add any new map to the game.
Yeah!
That's going to change with the Resident Evil chapter.
Bon!
So on the chapter release, you'll be able to visit the Raccoon City Police Department.
Let's go!
Oh!
Yeah!
Enfin!
Ah, il est extérieur en plus, good job.
Ouais. Il y aura peut-être un. Ah, il y a de l'intérieur et extérieur. Oh!
Oh, c'est nice.
Let's go! Avec Nemesis, man.
Ouf, monter jusqu'en haut puis dropper d'une fenêtre.
Hey, on regarde déjà les points stratégiques, genre, moi je vais là, man. L'hélicoptère.
Oui, la map est énorme.
Avec un mix d'intérieur et d'extérieur. Hein.
La bâtisse
Oh,
a
le
l'air
petit
grande
corridor.
comparé à d'autres
C'est peut-être.
maps similaires.
Les toilettes!
Il y a de l'eau.
Qu'est-ce que ça va faire du bruit, là?
C'est peut-être comme la map de Freddy, là. T'as une map, mais t'as plusieurs variantes.
Ah, ouais, ça doit être ça.
Oh, man.
Elle a l'air géante.
Work in progress, hein?
Qu'est-ce qu'ils vont rajouter de plus? Oh my god. Le High Speedy. Bon, y'a pas de porte brisable? Oh, les crochets sont beaux! Oh! L'ambiance a l'air d'être bonne, en tout cas, ça a l'air d'être sombre un peu dans le coin, mais. Elle mettait un plan général de la map.
Si, ouais,
C'est
il a j'ai comme un doute.
Non.
Je suis pas sûr que ça va sortir de même, hein?
Work in progress, on va être retiré.
Ah, c'est peut-être genre la future map avec du RTX.
Ouais, you dans tabarnak, la map, what the fuck?
Il va y avoir plusieurs maps parce que, il me semble que c'est énorme ça.
Reste, man, c'est donc bien énorme!
2 étages. Je pense qu'il y a 2 étages.
Ça se fait juste une salle.
Il y a 4 étages, oui?
À moins qu'il y ait 10 générateurs à faire.
Le nouveau mode, les 2 tutoirs.
3 étages, là, man, ça serait l'horreur.
Ah, barnac, man!
Peut-être que genre 85% que ça en date, puis genre 15% à l'extérieur seulement.
Le totem, bon, le totem est là.
Ouais, il n'y a pas l'air d'avoir grand-chose à l'extérieur.
C'est vrai, il y a genre une...
D'après moi, c'est plus en dedans.
D'après moi, il n'y a pas grand-chose à l'extérieur.
Welcome les
Tu t'exposes man, sa première journée, il se fait attaquer par des fucking zombies, puis là, il s'est fait prendre par l'entité.
D'après moi, c'est le devant puis le derrière la bâtisse comme l'hôpital.
Là, ils refont un rewind.
Ouais, ça va être l'entrée de la sortie.
Ouais, c'est ça.
Ouais. C'est map intérieur.
First of all, I have to say that the map is absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah.
The teams put great effort to recreate the map from the remake of Resident Evil 2 and 3.
Okay, c'est un
You'll
mix.
see some iconic locations such as the main hall, the archive, the STARS office, and others in there. It's truly amazing. Like, if you played the remake, you can actually navigate around the map and recognize it perfectly. Of course, there's also going to be a twist in there, since the entity is doing its own nightmarish version of it. All right, let's talk about characters now.
Boy.
Yeah! There's a lot of very interesting characters in the Resident Evil franchise.
That girl?
It was very difficult to choose just one survivor, and that's why you're getting 2 for this chapter. The first one is Jill Valentine, the brilliant STARS agent. Her unique perk will highlight her intensive training and her high adaptability in impossible situations.
Give me those perks, baby.
Ah, c'est quoi les perks là? C'est ça qui fait peur.
Oh my god, check la map. Holy shit.
Non, hey, man, on dirait Resident Evil carrément là.
Oh! C'est magnifique, man.
Oh my god.
Ah, le hall, il est hot aussi, là.
Là, faut que je fasse Resident Evil 2 puis 3.
Avec juste le teabag, qu'est-ce que tu...
Ah, le teabag!
Statique.
Ah, c'est beau.
Elle est belle, la chose-là.
Ouais.
Wow, là, il dort, ok, ouais.
Là, pourquoi il y a 3 DLC, j'ai hâte de voir.
The second survivor is Leon S. Kennedy.
Leon.
Leon's been having the worst first day at work ever. And it's not going to be better in the realm of the entity.
Comment commencer,
His
man?
unique perk are going to highlight his dedication to other, his resilience, and his goal-driven personality.
Et de quoi unique perk? Ils ont juste un perk chaque?
There's also something really special about one of his perks. It will add a new type of gameplay to Dead by Daylight. With this perk, and under certain conditions, you will be able to spawn a unique item, a flashbang, inside the match.
What?
So that's an item you don't need to equip in your loadout before the match. It's something that you will create within the match.
C'est du crafting?
Oh, yes!
Ok, ça peut être intéressant. Est-ce que la map est belle, man?
Ça va être comme dans...
Oh, le tueur!
Comme dans 11.
Home Sweet
Comme
Home!
dans Home Sweet Home.
L'année prochaine, on met des bouteilles d'eau. Let's go! Des bouteilles d'eau, est-ce que? Des caisses de 24.
Ben, bien sûr, il n'y a pas de gun hein, dans son affaire à droite.
Là, il y a une flashbang dans les mains. Fait que c'est ça, genre des nouvelles façons de survivre ou de tuer. Fait que tu peux survivre en flashbang de quelle heure, genre?
Okay, let's talk about the killer now. So again, there's a lot of different monsters we could have used out of the Resident Evil franchise. But we chose the classic tyrant, the Nemesis. The Nemesis power is called T-Virus.
Oh.
With his special tentacle attack, the Nemesis is able to infect survivors.
Un peu comme Plague.
Infected survivors are going to be sick. They will cough, they will vomit, so they're going to be easier to spot. And they also become vulnerable to the next tentacle attack, which will not infect them, but will damage them
C'est
instead.
littéralement vomito.
Ok, fait que ça prend 2 coups pour le blesser.
The Nemesis power grows. His tentacle gain more reach. So he'll be able to attack over pallets, over vaults, and in some
Sa tentacule va grandir, hein, c'est sick ça?
Grandir comment? J'ai pas compris.
There's a way to get out
Je
of
pense que c'est plus s'il hook des survivants, plus sa tentacule va grandir.
That can be used to get out of this infection.
Un
But
vaccin.
there is a limited quantity, so make sure that you absolutely need it before taking it.
Ok.
The Nemesis' unique perks will make you feel like an unstoppable hunter.
Oh my
that can
God.
use both brains and brawn to cause panic amongst the survivor ranks. On top of that, for the first time ever, this killer is assisted by AI characters. We are adding zombies to the maps.
Je le savais, je l'avais collé!
Oui, tu l'avais collé!
Patrolling the area, and survivors need to be careful
No
of
way.
both Nemesis and them.
Oh my god,
don't
ça va
get
être
bitten
stressant!
and infected by the zombies.
Let's go!
Wow!
Oh my god! You... Attends, c'est gros man le zombie? Non, c'est le killer ça?
Non, c'est le limite.
Ça, c'était ça, me semble.
Les zombies sont pas gros de main dans Resident.
Ah bah man.
Ils vont patrouiller la map. Wow!
Nemesis top tier.
Oh my gosh.
Oh! Ok. Pas pire le tentacule!
On dirait qu'ils se sont inspirés des mains du trailer fan-made de Monsieur X.
C'est sûr qu'ils aiment pas les tentacules, man. Ok, t'as comme des lianes quand tu tapes, genre, ben les tentacules, là.
Ok, la portée, là.
Ok, faut comme qu'ils chargent. Qu'ils chargent pour taper loin, genre.
Mais là, sinon, ça aurait pas de sens, ce serait automatique.
Alors, je sais, je viens de rapporter les faits.
Là, c'est dehors.
J'analyse.
Où sont les zombies?
Je sais pas.
Ouais, imagine s'il l'aurait fait instantané, mettons. Oh my god.
C'est vraiment l'instant.
Oh, les zombies!
Les zombies! C'est vrai.
Ok, ça blesse, mon gars, regarde.
Oh my god.
Oh, les coffres!
Ils sont beaux.
Bien. Comme dans le jeu.
Ah ouais? Ah, c'est pour les seringues. Ah, ok.
C'est le vaccin.
Ok, c'est des coffres spéciaux.
Ok.
En plus, il va falloir perdre du temps pour trouver le vaccin, si c'est pour ouvrir le
Et
coffre.
puis là, t'as droppé une palette pour ça.
Ouais, dropper une palette pour ça, par
Ah,
exemple.
ben, il montre que tu peux les tuer avec ça, là.
Fait que tu peux te ramasser avec tes poignets, t'as le chaser qui te kill dans un petit corridor, pis t'as un zombie qui te bloque de l'autre bord.
Ouais.
Hein?
Wow.
Pourquoi il a tué son ami?
Ouais, pourquoi il tirait le zombie?
Ah, peut-être ça donne un... de quoi? Je sais pas.
Ouais, ça doit lui donner quelque chose, c'est
That's it.
sûr.
J'imagine que tu
That's
dois
the content
faire
of the
ça pour
Resident
en
Evil
poser un
chapter.
autre ailleurs, genre.
So I hope that you are as excited as
En gros,
we
t'as le
are
choix de garder
to
zombies ou
see the
non,
Resident
genre.
Evil content inside
Genre,
Dead
c'est
by
C'est
ça.
peut-être ça qui allonge ta
I
tentacule
sure am.
quand
I
t'es
mean,
but.
this has been a dream come true.
Peut-être.
I played these games so much, I still have the original copy
Oh,
of Resident
damn.
Evil 2 from my teens.
Ooh.
So you'll be able to
Dans la
experience
la
this
boîte.
chapter in the PTB, which will be right after this event.
Ah, ça, je savais,
And it
c'était
will
sûr.
also come out June 15th.
Oh, le 15!
So mark your calendar.
Le 15
So I
juin.
just want to
Tu vas
finish
pouvoir le
by
download
saying
vite, toi, Chami.
thank you to
Ouais.
all of
Ah, moi,
our
ça va être
community
long, man.
for staying around with us and having fun with us.
Ouais, t'as ça.
And I
Encore
wish
tantôt, là.
you an happy 5th anniversary.
Ben,
Yeah.
quand ça finit, ça, là, c'est pas quand ça finit.
Qu'est-ce que leur décor il est malade, man.
J'avoue.
Mais je veux ce background-là. Ah.
Mais ça, c'était un seul DLC, right? On s'entend, il y en
Well,
a
I'm so
deux
pleased
autres
to
qui
be
vont
with you,
parler.
Justine, today to talk about this part of the broadcast on the roadmap for Dead by Daylight for Year 6. So we're going to present the new DLC and the new maps for next year. We're also going to talk about the 4 tomes for the archive.
Ah, je vais voir ça.
Let's
and we will
go.
finish with the 4 pillars of Dead by Daylight and all the feature that comes along with them. We're starting very high as well this year with a unique and incredible license. I'm so pleased to work on Resident Evil, and we can't wait to see that DLC out and see the player having fun with this. Obviously, I cannot say anything about the other DLC.
It's fine. We'll spill the beans at a later date for sure.
But something that I can say is we are going to release a total of 4 killer, 5 and not 4 survivors, and also 2 new maps.
Nice.
I think that's going to be really cool. I think all of this is going to be some pretty exciting content for all of our players coming out. Because there's not only that. I mean, we've also, like you said, we've got
En gros, il y a 2
tomes.
DLC qui aura pas de nouvelle map parce que ça va être des remasters du marais puis etc. genre.
Mid-chapter with a new survivor story, a new killer story.
L'année prochaine, là, on en retourne des nouveaux.
And we want to keep on telling these as time goes on. The more original characters we create, the more stories that we have to tell.
You want to know more about this character.
Exactly, and like we've got some ways to tell this that I think we haven't even been able to show yet. So I'm really curious to see what we can actually do and how the players react to everything. Because the lore in Dead by Daylight is
This room is
rich
not
and we just
emote
want to be able to
only.
show as much of it as we can.
And we also have all the events that we want to be doing. We have an upcoming anniversary event that actually, if the players stick around, they're going to see more about that later. I'll be coming back. We have our Halloween event that is always so much fun to do, always a lot of work, but absolutely. And to recap on something that we mentioned during the Archives anniversary, and I believe it was a blog post. We are always going to focus on these events as the big ones during the year because we want them always to be big. These are the moments for our community where we want you to celebrate together. This is Dead by Daylight time. Come celebrate with us.
Il te lance la boîte, mon gars, t'es aveuglé.
I think we're going to deliver on a really big anniversary, a really amazing Halloween event that is coming. And that doesn't mean we're ignoring the other ones. We still want to do something different. There's something done on a smaller scale, but it's still going to be a great reason to come back into the game and enjoy
DBD. Unbreakable Wall, c'est toute la map.
After all that, I think it's really worth looking at, what we actually have coming in year 6 with our pillars.
So we have 4 pillars that
Dans les zombies, c'est pas juste dans la map de Resident Evil, guys, c'est vraiment le killer que ça.
This is all the features that are here for the first moment you enter into the game as a player. Then the second one is the game house. Game house is really important for us. It's really everything that is optimization, bug fix, and stabilization for the game. The third one is the Realm Beyond. And this is a work of visual update that we're starting to year 5. And the final one is live design.
Yeah, I think all that stuff is super interesting for us to be going into and to even dive in further so everyone knows what's going on. For the first steps into the fog, we know with Resident Evil, tons of new players are going to be coming into this game. If I was a Resident Evil fan that hadn't heard of Dead by Daylight, I know I'm going to be checking it out. So we've really taken a look at our tutorial process, every way that we teach players how to play Dead by Daylight, and tried to identify what we need to fix or what we need to improve. DBD, honestly, it's a very complex game. We know we don't do necessarily the best job of teaching people, but I think we've made a great improvement, and the first step to that is by reworking the tutorial itself. So from the moment that player actually steps into the game, we're gonna really guide them through. This is what you need to learn. Then we actually have some bot matches for you to play.
Bot matches
are brand new, and I think it's gonna be a very nice, safe way
ça va être le fun pour les nouveaux.
to actually learn how to play. And we're gonna be giving you some amazing rewards as you go along the entire thing.
More training.
On top of that, we're looking at other things that have been, barriers, I would say, for players getting even deeper into the game. And we're talking matchmaking being too long, and so we're trying to find ways.
Yeah, that's a big one.
It's it's not easy. I think you can say.
Yeah.
No. So what we're really looking into is ways to incentivize players to maybe play a role that has less weight or more of a need at that current point in time. If maybe you're a killer player, but we need more survivors at that time, then we'll offer you some incentive to actually go play that. On top of all that, I mean, we're constantly working on the matchmaking in the background, trying to find ways to optimize it.
Come on, arrête pas dans le chat, dude.
Et code.
And the more matches you play, I think the more that you'll actually experience, sadly, with any live game, some toxicity. What we're actually working on for this is the auto ban feature.
Auto ban?
So at the end of every match, in the tally screen, there's this option where you can report a player for some negative behavior, applaud them for doing something well. And right now, this is our customer support team that is looking over it, manually. What we're doing with this change is this is going to an automated system. If players
dans le fond, c'est quelque chose qui va regarder le chat probablement continuellement pour déterminer avec les mots si ou non.
T'es genre ban dans le chat.
Tu vas pouvoir report positivement ou négativement un joueur.
Ouais, ça c'est pas pire.
Ça va être ça l'autoban, j'imagine.
Some things in Dead by Daylight, like the news are still in English.
L'autoban, d'habitude, c'est exemple, tu marques des mots de merde, t'es comme bloqué dans le chat.
I think so. I mean, even not everyone at our office is super great in English. People around the world. We're spreading even more community managers around the world to create more communities where you can engage with. It's just as important that we do this in our game as well. So as soon as you start the game, you have your language available to you.
We'll finally have the news in French. That's cool.
What? The next step after that is really making sure that we stomp as many bugs as possible in our game. And
c'est nice, par contre.
For a game as Dead by Daylight, who has been out for 5 years now, it's always a challenge to find the right balance between creating new content or maintaining and improving the existing mechanics. The first years of Dead by Daylight
Le gars, il a
put
mis
more time and
French, puis genre, le gars qui est
into
genre.
creating new content, because the goal was to create a rich and deep experience for the players. But now, recently, we've adjusted our roadmap because we have a lot of content that we need to support. And we've decided to improving what we have, mostly.
Yeah, I think that's really a really important thing. That's, you know, it's good that we're taking time for it, because you know, a lot of our earlier content, I think it was great to bring everyone together. But eventually there's kind of a maintenance cost. You know, you need to make sure all this new content is working together properly, and that there's no issues going on.
So we have two ways of doing it. The first one is really looking at the game and see what we can do to improve it in terms of stabilization, optimization, gameplay fixes as well, but also making the game less exploitable. So that's a big chunk of things. But on the other hand, there is something that we need to take care of. We need to look at our internal processes and make sure that internally we can also improve as well as the game. And for that, as an example, we've decided recently to migrate the user interface of the game to a technology that is called UMG. It's the UI manager of Unreal. And the idea here is to stop working on outdated technology.
J'adore le décor.
And we take this opportunity to redo all our screens, to also make them more performant, more modern, so we can have more features as well in the future.
I think that's going to be great, just because once that's done, every screen is going to feel fresher, and it's going to allow us to do so many more things. And I mean, speaking as a product manager, I'm pretty excited for what new things we can actually bring into the game.
Obviously, it's a long-term process. We need to keep the effort on the stabilization, on the
La flash grenade est sur le truc, man.
We hope that in the next releases that will be hard for you, that we will be able, as a player, to see more stabilization and only concentrate on the fun for the game. And talking about keeping and maintaining what is already there, what are coming up next for the visual update? And the Realm Beyond.
For the Realm Beyond, I think this is something that a lot of our players were really excited about when they heard about it a year ago or so when we started. It feels like it's been an eternity. This is really the project of overhauling everything in DBD to bring it to the level of all of the current content. Because it's been around for 5 years, right? And let's just say, you know, Dwight needs a fresh coat of paint.
La leçon, on savait déjà.
Him and the others and then all the maps and everything, they've been around for quite some time. I think
Tabarnak, ça paraît, mon gars! Malade!
I'm loving everything the team is able to do for this, and for those who are.
Mais c'est pas les leaks, ça, c'est bien plus avancé.
Realm Beyond is. It is more or less that, just taking any old maps, old animations, reworking this, maybe adding in new ones. To make more sense, like repairing a generator. It used to be the same
C'est normal, c'est un spoil. C'est le prochain tueur.
Every side is something new, and now it's something really cool and immersive.
It feels more realistic. Like you can feel it, actually.
Like you might be a little bit more immersed and forget the killers coming to get you, but I think that's the point. So on top of all of this, you know, we're starting to look at some Survivor reworks. So I think we've already shown off a few of them, but a lot of our newer Survivors are very highly detailed, and we wanted to take the time to revisit some other ones and rework them a bit. We're aiming to really make them recognizable, a lot more flexibility with the actual visuals, and just more detail overall. So on your current gen systems, it doesn't look like you're playing something from a few gens ago. Not that I'm talking about gens.
Les gens?
So this is all the kind of stuff that they're actually going to be going over.
Just
after this in the Realm Beyond segment.
Au début de la game, comme un
endgame
collapse au
really
début.
interesting stuff that they can
ça l'an
cover.
passé, mais ils l'ont pas fait.
Because we're not done yet.
Vrai,
on top of all that,
ils ont pas dit que ça va être l'année prochaine.
I don't think we ever
Ils
stopped
y
with
pensaient, mais c'était un préconcept.
Tweaking it.
Yeah, I was about to
L'année prochaine.
like we, as we do for the Game House and for the Realm Beyond, keeping and maintaining what we have, making it better, improving it. The gameplay will just follow the same rule this year. So basically, we're taking the core mechanics that we have, and we're going to make them better, to change them, to tweak them, redesign them. The idea behind this is you have been a player for a long time, for several years now. I'm sure of that.
Definitely a few.
Yeah, we want to keep you interested. We want you to connect to Dead by Daylight and just say, okay, I'm going to play something different tonight. I'm going to discover something, and it's going to be exciting. And this is what we're looking for with changing the mechanics that are already there. We have mechanics that have been there for such a long time. It's time that we put some love on them. I'm not going to enter into the details right now because Matthew Spriggan is going to do it way more better than me.
I think that's totally fair. There's honestly, whenever I look in some of the notes for some of the design changes, it really gets into it. And I know our very engaged fans are, they're reading every little bit, and it's amazing the things that we can do to keep all of these characters and elements feeling fresh. That's the core of DBD, right? It's again to match. You don't know what you're going to find, but we want to make sure that you have a good time.
Exactly.
I think that's really just to sum up all of the pillars quite nicely, I'd say.
Yes.
So we've got tons of segments coming, and I mean, stay tuned for all this to hear more about the Realm Beyond, about live design, community, everything. Stay tuned for the entire broadcast. We're happy to have you here.
Okay, pourquoi tu mets ça? Fais juste mettre le truc, on s'en fout que tu nous parles de...
Ah, le site gang de teaser.
Là, il nous tease trop, là. Il nous tease en tabarouette.
Hey,
bon.
Le
1, le 1, là.
Là, ça va être le 2, c'est clair.
Ouais, Gabin, ça va être ça. Moi, je vais dire le 2.
Moi, je dis le 1.
Je peux pas écrire. Il a même pas marché, dude, là, c'est ridicule.
Le 1, le 1, le 1.
Mais ils vont peut-être être accessibles après leur live.
Ah ouais, ça va être accessible après, là,
Number 2 into the chat.
Hey, je peux écrire.
2, écrivez.
1, 1, 1. 1, 1, 1.
Erreur du chat, 1.
Mais même si on se trompe, ça change rien. C'est le 1, il y a de quoi, le 2, il y a de quoi, tout le monde va être avec la même affaire.
Ouais, il y en a un, c'est un skin légendaire, l'autre, c'est un porte-clés.
Voilà. Non, c'est un palier de Battle Pass. Wow!
2.
C'est la première fois qu'ils font ça, c'est nice par contre. Mais.
Ouais, mais si leur code marcherait, ce serait encore plus nice.
Ouais, c'est nice, le code marche pas.
Ah, le code, il va marcher après, là.
Il n'y a pas le choix de fonctionner, sinon ils vont se faire gueuler dessus. Là.
Alors, il le donne à tout le monde, pis that's it. Pas bien compliqué. Bon, c'est quoi?
Charms a pleuré.
Le gnome? 250 000.
S'en fout.
Ben moi je suis correct, les blocs points, let's go! Ah, l'autre c'est un legendary skin, mon gars, on s'est fourré, genre. Ah.
Bon, je l'ai pris en screenshot, mais tabac.
Je suis déçu.
Mais pourquoi c'est long de même les codes, man? Ça n'a pas de bon sens.
Vous avez dit de prendre 2,
Ah, et puis 2, ça aurait été 10 blood points.
Non.
Non, je suis sûr que ça va être quoi d'une bien meilleure.
Release le DLC tout de suite.
C'est sûr.
Ah! Il a marché, lui. Oh! Ah, j'ai eu 1000 shards aussi. What the fuck?
Ah!
J'ai eu 1000 shards.
Le gars, qu'est-ce que... Alienware!
On t'es excité d'Alienware?
Alienware, non, pas tout. Moi, je veux le chandail, man. Je me la jette à soir.
Hey everyone.
What's up?
My name is Kayla. You might know me as Cauliflower. My question for the audience is which map animal is just begging for some in-depth lore? Is
Map
it
animal?
Is it Mr. Moo Moo, the cow, and Larry's?
What? Ils ont des noms?
You might not even know that there's a cow in the hospital bed.
Maurice.
Or is it Wingy McFlapflaps?
Moi, je vote pour Maurice.
Dead Dog Saloon.
Il y a une vache.
Maurice?
Personally,
ah oui, ils ont des noms.
Il y a une vache dans le lit.
Monsieur Momo, Maurice.
I need to know more. While I'm here, I just wanted to give a little shout out to my community, my Dragon Army.
Je vote pour
Thank you
Maurice.
guys so much for supporting me over these years with my Dead by Daylight content.
C'est Maurice.
And thank you to the devs for creating a game that has so much staying power, has so many incredible licenses. You guys have done some crazy, amazing things. So thank you, because I've been able to base my career on that. And it's been huge. So thank you. Congrats on 5 years. And here's the 5 more.
Yeah.
On calme tes tits, c'est-tu?
En 10 ans, en 5 ans.
Quand t'es tuf, le jeu il est mort demain.
Ouais, c'est ça. Le jeu est mort, puis il y a 66 000 personnes sur le live.
Comment tu parles?
Il y a peut-être une déficience.
C'est un problème, esti.
Ouais, franchement.
Voyons donc, tabarnak.
Mais non, mais je suis pas peur, je sais que je parle pas de même.
Il y a peut-être de quoi, hein.
Je suis déçu.
Ouais, moi aussi, vraiment.
Pas à ça de toi.
Le gars est handicapé mental, sérieux.
Non.
Non, mais il est pas de même dans ses lives, absolument.
Ah non, mais tu sais, il y a l'affaire en haut à droite, ALS.
Ouais, il y a de quoi. Il y a un problème, genre, je sais pas c'est quoi.
Il peut faire un ACV en live.
Je sais pas comment ça s'appelle, mais. Il y en a qui font plein de cœurs. On y envoie du love. Aphasie. Aphasie, ça s'appelle de même des l'ananas, c'est son problème? Je sais même pas c'est quoi. Cute.
Oui, il danse à la fin.
Chocolat.
Hey everyone, I'm the King, and I hope you all are having a fantastic day. Today, I have a question for you guys in the Twitch poll chat, and that question is, what noise does the Wraith's bell make? Is it bing dong, ding dong, or cling clong?
Ding
I also want to
dong.
wish Dead by Daylight a
Ding
happy
dong.
5th year anniversary. Thank you for
Ding
all of the years of fun and enjoyment and bringing everybody
Cling
together.
clong.
Thank you to the devs for all the hard work that you've
cling
put in over
clongs.
the years, and shout out to our community as well.
Cling
I hope you guys got your answers in.
Moi, je dis
and
ding
enjoy
dong.
the rest of the show.
Moi, je vais encore lire sur questions, jouer des
Peut-être
trucs.
que si tu réponds à toutes les questions, t'as une récompense dans le jeu, Kev. Oh, oh, oh!
Pourquoi il y a autant de fillers de merde là, dans le stream?
Je sais pas. Maouji! Le live dure plus longtemps que l'année passée, en tout cas.
C'est vrai qu'il a marché le
Hey, ça, c'est vieux, ça? J'ai pas vu la TH, c'était juste ses graphiques, là, mais. Ah, ça, c'était avant, ça. Non, ils ont pas mis mon couteau entre les jambes. Trop violent pour le live. Ah! Ah, oh, elle est revenue.
She fell the fuck off, Chad.
Tombé.
Ah oui, ça.
Ah oui.
Ça, il aurait pu mettre mon affaire que quand j'ai crissé mon camp dans la porte. I survive. C'est quoi ça?
What the fuck are we watching?
Dégueulasse.
Le rire machiavélique.
La cochonne? Ah, elle l'a pas vu.
Le baril de feu.
Il y a Duff en arrière des Simpsons. Duff here. Ah, c'est le fun, il n'y aura pas de during stream.
Oh my god!
Il n'y a pas eu de killer. Ils vont en rajouter. Ils vont en rajouter à la fin du live. Shrek!
Why were you here?
Shrek.
Nowhere, genre, Shrek est là.
8 Realms. 26 maps. Ah, fuck.
Il y a 26 maps en ce moment.
Ça, on le sait, là, on l'a déjà vu ici.
Ah, ils montent pas les niveaux.
Ah, il y a du filler dans leur stream, mon gars. Quand ils ont updaté ces maps-là, je savais pas.
Moi non plus.
La première fois que je vois ça.
Ouais. On a quand même fait une bonne job.
Ouais, mais donc bien rendu belle la map.
J'ai hâte de la jouer, capable.
Moi, je dis à la fin, ils mettent Denmark qui gueule à cœur à la fin du live. La map Marimou, là. Insane. J'ai hâte de jouer tantôt, là. Je risque d'arrêter mon live pour downloader plus vite. Ouais, ça, ils vont le mettre à la fin du live.
Mon clip de Dead Art.
Ils vont mettre un Québécois, pis ça va être la rage.
Tac, 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 tac.
Aïe, aïe.
Check ses ongles.
Ils ont rework la nurse.
Non, c'était déjà là, ça. Ben ouais, ça, il l'avait déjà fait.
Wow!
Ah, Barnac, le docteur, il avait changé, j'avais pas remarqué.
Non, il montre de quoi ils vont en l'air quand il va être.
Ok, ouais, ça, c'était pas déjà là, ça.
C'est ça.
C'est sûr que c'est pas venu cette année.
Là, ils vont-tu monter le marais, là? Le futur. Hey, ça, mon gars, le soleil s'est levé là-dedans.
Hey, j'ai même pas fait une fois cette map-là, tabarnak, ils l'ont sorti pis ça a bugué.
Elle est vraiment belle, pour vrai. Vraiment belle.
C'est vrai qu'elle est belle.
Madame Marémou, j'adore tout.
Ça fait plus des BD, mais...
Ça fait différent.
Check, là.
We've all seen the graphic update that we've been doing the last few months, and we've talked a little bit about it as the realm beyond. To go into a little more detail, we'll talk with Phil Ivanovich, our art director, and Stéphanie Hélin, our lead level artist, about what that means. The first question I have with this, obviously everybody's question is why? Why did we decide to do this big rework, and why now?
It's a really good question. I mean, the game was out for 5 years now, as we all know, and that question of a rework was always in the back of our head, but we never found the right moment to do it because of multiple reasons. But with all the next gen console coming out, we thought it was the right moment to bring our game on par with what is being done in the gaming industry.
Xbox One,
but
ça
we
lag.
never expected the success and the longevity of the game that we have right now. We are now 5 years later, and we have all the new tools, the bigger team, and I think we can achieve what we wanted to do a while back.
Okay, so we decided it's the right moment. And then, what was the vision? What was our goal going into this?
The main goal with the rework was to have a more immersive experience with the player in the game. Either in the mood with the environment or the animation. You know, when somebody's repairing a gen, I think people really enjoy that because it's really, you feel like you're repairing a gen. We're always constantly listening to our player, and we make sure that we don't lose the essence of our game, but at the same time pushing new boundaries. We've been super excited with all the feedback we got, and we're really looking forward for people to see what we're coming next for them.
So obviously that's a huge undertaking. Like that's a big project. What are some of the main issues we face doing that?
So the main challenges with DBD, we all know that DBD is from, it's a game that's from 5 years ago, and it's live. So the thing is, when we try to build new environment to update those, we have old data that we're trying to build, to change, and also we try to fix those issues, and we have the new data as well. And sometimes those data are clashing with each other, and we try to make sure that it's not happening. But
oh my
it's
God.
a live game, so we have to move forward, and we can't stop.
So obviously, those are big challenges, and to do that, we had to go back and essentially rethink a bunch of the tools and the pipelines that we use, right?
Yes. So we took a step back, and we just realized that our pipeline was obsolete. So of course, the whole team, we bring the idea of, okay, we need new tools. We need to empower those artists. We need to make sure that if we want to achieve the quality that we want to achieve, we have to make the right choices. It means evolving.
Le chapitre a déjà été révélé des Glananas. On a Nemesis avec Léon puis l'autre fille.
It's not only environment, it's animation, environment, textures, shading, lighting. It's a huge job.
Yeah. All right, so new tools, new pipeline. What's the future hold? What are we gonna do with that?
The goal here with all of this merged together, it's to build atmosphere, mood, because after all, like DBD, it's like an horror movie.
Yep.
So we all know that DBD was more gameplay driven, but it makes sense, it's a game. But what we were lacking, it's immersion. So with all of this merged together, we're trying to bring that immersion. We had storytelling to those maps. We create like more fog, more work on the lighting. So when you experiment the game, you forget that it's a game. It's the feeling that we're trying to build.
I think there's something really cool we're gonna try to do with terrain, right?
Yes, the terrain is really flat in DBD right now, and
La cochonne.
with the fact that we're changing and trying to evolve in the right direction with the new visual that we're trying to bring to DBD, we're gonna add more relief to this terrain, and I think this will add a little bit of spice to the gameplay. We can change the perspective to how the killer or the survivor play the map.
Awesome. That's cool. And we're also going to be working on character animation, right?
Yes, another big part of the
immersion. Tellement une compensation pour le code qui marche pas.
The animation
team,
artist team did a super job. They're working on bringing the texture on par with what we're doing right now, but also the animation team working on all those animation, like the interaction with the gen. Also, by doing so, with the texture and the animation, we want the player to connect even more to the personality of the player, of the character he's playing. And I mean, it's all connecting together. All we're doing is a big chunk that, at the end, it's the immersion. It's not just one part, it's the entire work of everybody on the team.
What other cool things can people expect to see in the
Il reste en surface comparé à l'année passée, hein.
The old rework things also.
L'année passée, c'était pas mal plus précis.
Extra details, some that we already started, like jump scares. We did it with the Midwich map.
Il y a une raison à ça, là.
We stayed faithful with the original game, but I mean, putting it in our game was pretty cool. I think people really enjoyed it.
Tout ce qu'ils ont dit, ils l'ont fait. Là, d'après moi, c'est le Unreal Engine 5, là. C'est pour ça qu'ils veulent pas en parler, ils restent en surface.
And what about lobbies? I know people like when we mess with the lobbies. Are we going to do that again?
Yes, we're going to keep on messing with the lobbies. I mean, it's something we've talked about in the discussion with the rework. I mean, it's super important for me and the other people on the team. It's the first thing you see when you start the game. So for us, it was important to have this first connection to what's being released, the killer, so veteran or
ils ont pas montré les perks pis tout, hein?
Immerse himself in what's.
Peut-être qu'ils vont le montrer après, mais c'est une messe.
And I know that a big question that's on everybody's mind right now is...
D'habitude, ils présentent plus en détail.
Yeah, but are we gonna get more maps?
Oh.
Yes.
Yeah. Let's go! Oh! Pourquoi ça a fermé? Teaser?
Voilà. Pretty good job.
Yes!
Ils n'ont pas des transitions à la DEADMEURT, là, d'un genre.
Design director on Dead by Daylight. I work with the creative director and the game design team to bring you guys amazing licensed and original chapters, killer updates, perk adjustments, accessibility features, and more. Our talented designers are constantly exploring new features and mechanics to keep trials fresh and fun for players. And I'm super excited about some of the things that we have planned for the future.
Ok, là, ça va être intéressant.
Today, I'd like to talk a little bit about live design. For a game that's been out for the last 5 years, live design has become an important part of our process of updating and maintaining the game, delivering new experiences, fixing exploits, improving quality of life, and generally attempting to make the game feel fairer for everybody. When it comes to live design, we're a little more reactive to what's going on in the community and in the game. So we generally base our design decisions on 3 main factors. Feedback from the community, through surveys and focus group testing.
Ça, c'est vrai, par contre, qui écoute ça.
The data and information that we get from the game itself.
Crochet pis tout, là.
And of course, our own design intuition and experience.
Ça a été long, mais ils l'ont fait. Les surveys ont commencé cette année.
It's difficult to be entirely transparent about what we're working on. While the team's in the design phase, certain features and mechanics are often still being prototyped and play-tested and go through numerous changes along the way. That said, there's 3 things that we're super excited to share with you today. New killer updates and their associated time frames. A brand new type of perk that we're working on for survivors. And finally, a bit of a shake-up to the Memento Mori system.
Qu'est-ce qu'ils vont faire?
Over the last few years, we've made many small adjustments to our existing killers in Dead by Daylight. Some of our killers have had even more significant updates to their powers and abilities, such as
On revient en 2016, même tu peux mourir direct.
The Clown's Afterpiece Antidote, and of course, the extensive overhaul of the notorious Freddy Krueger way back in 2019.
Ça fait du bien, ça.
And while we feel that there's still many small adjustments that we would like to make across the board, our main focus for Year 6 will be on addressing the newest killer that has come into the Dead by Daylight roster. Moving forward, we're hoping to review, update, and release small balance patches for every new killer within the next 2 to 3 major updates after they go live. And that is, of course, on top of any hotfix adjustments that we may make along the way. In this way, we can generally stick to a clearer time frame that gives us enough time to review and analyze the community feedback and the game data. Soon, when players see that a new chapter is out, they'll also be able to expect some balance changes, value tweaks, and small quality of life improvements for the previous killer in that same chapter or the mid-chapter patch after.
C'est bon. Yeah.
We're also working on a brand new type of perk, something that we haven't done for a while. Unlike Hex Totem perks and Obsession perks, this new type of perk
j'ai hâte de voir c'est quoi.
Survivors, and we're hoping that it will introduce some really fun and interesting gameplay moments for Survivor fans. Totem perks will give a brand new interaction to survivors standing next to adults in a trial. I can't go into the full details about how all this works right now, but we are very excited about the interesting new strategies and gameplay that this will bring to the game.
Ça va être nice.
Not only will it give fans something new and interesting to play with, but it will also give us, as game designers, the opportunity to come up with creative new perks in the future.
Je sais pas.
And we're looking forward to releasing the first of our Boon Totem perks in an upcoming chapter.
Oh! Dans le chapitre, Léon ou l'autre, elle a un perk de ça. Il va en avoir plusieurs au fur et à mesure, genre des mois et des années.
We've been listening to the fans and seeing the effects that they can have in the
game.
Totem. And despite the recent changes to Mori offerings, we feel that there's a less toxic way that we can approach this element of the game. And that's something that we're going to be working on in the future.
Hey, laisse-la aller, Chris!
The killer can play an offering that grants them the ability to eliminate
ils présentent les 3 éléments, après ça, ils vont le montrer.
By their own hands.
Ça fait 1 heure qu'ils jasent.
Ben oui, c'est ça. Ça durera pas 20 minutes.
This allowed the killer to end the game prematurely for any unfortunate survivors that ended up on the receiving end.
C'est ça que je disais depuis 3 ans.
We're discussing a new approach now to triggering Moris that is no longer based on playing an offering, but rather integrated into the core gameplay of the trial.
On savait déjà.
This new feature would mean that, in effect, killers have to earn their Moris rather than be granted the opportunity by simply playing an offering. We're looking to move away from the perception of Moris being a toxic part of the game
à ça, t'es plus un esti fils de pute, fait que mettre Mori pis... Non, mais c'est déjà un bon pas.
An interesting new game mechanic that not only provides new objectives and new strategic decisions, but also gives the survivors the opportunity to choose whether or not they engage with the system or ultimately deal with the consequences of that choice. Again, I can't go into too many details right now, as it's still in the very early stages, and is likely to go through many significant changes before it's ready for release.
Mais au moins, on sait que ça s'en vient.
The Dead by Daylight design team are really excited about prototyping and playtesting, and we can't wait to see your reactions once it hits live servers. As a small bonus, we're also looking to prototype an update to the key item in the game. And this would tie in directly with the Mori system gameplay, so look out for that one as well. Well, that's it from me. We'll have more on how these elements are developing over the coming year, so keep an eye out for news and updates. And thank you for your continued support over the last 5 years. See you in the fog.
Moi, il a fonctionné.
Hi friends, it's Joe I Heard Diva, and I just want to give a huge congratulations to Dead by Daylight.
Ah non, mais ça aurait pu être un 3e code.
What a crazy journey it's been. All the new chapters that were brought into the game, all the additions, all the surprises you've given us, and also all the players that recently joined the community. So my question to the audience
qui dit, vous imaginez les autres survivants décident de faire les dual totems, puis comme ça tu peux pas faire de boom totem de la game.
But later on down the line,
ouais, mais on sait pas comment ça va marcher encore. Peut-être que tu pourras pas les enlever. enlevé ou whatever.
Both sides of killer and survivor, but I'll still be a killer main at heart. To my community in the Diva realm, I just want to say I love you all so freaking much. Thank you so much for all the love and support you've given me throughout the years. Even though we can be messy and chaotic, we still have a lot of fun with our fog fashion videos. The hype you've given me with my Dead by Daylight cosplays, you guys are the best. To everyone at being here and a part of the Dead by Daylight team, I just want to say thank you again for the 5 incredible years, all the hard work you put into the game. And here's so many more. Happy anniversary.
La Maury, comment ça marchait avant l'update, là en ce moment c'est correct, mais avant c'était illogique.
Dès que t'accroches un survivant, tu peux mourir le prochain.
Oh, qu'est-ce qui se passe? Ah, c'est.
Excellent. Qu'est-ce que c'est hot?
Dead by Daylight a happy 5th anniversary. As the consultant for the All Killed chapter, my question for the viewers is, what does the trickster say in his Mori? Is it 1, welcome, good show. 2, let's go, thank you. Or 3, go crazy, good screen.
Je me rappelle même pas qu'est-ce qu'il dit, man. Il dit quoi?
Je sais pas, hein?
Ben, quand même, j'ai pas vraiment utilisé le Mori avec le nouveau, hein. Est-ce que vous savez, vous autres?
Je suspecte que c'est le 3, là.
On va mettre le 1.
Pas bien.
Oh!
What? Pourquoi il dirait let's go?
What?
Qu'est-ce qui se passe?
Oh,
un trailer. Oh, qu'est-ce qui se passe?
Quoi ça?
Trailer de quoi là? Des masques? Ah, des. Ça c'est quoi?
Et ceux qui font les trucs en 3D puis le remake puis tout. Les artistes! Oh my god, la figurine! Ils vont-tu vendre des figurines, les salauds? Oh my god. C'est ça qui manque sur leur site web. Oui, c'est un giveaway, genre. Oh my god. Ah, c'est les mêmes feuilles que j'ai dans mon décor.
Faites pas ça, Dead va faire faillite.
Je vais vendre mon entreprise pour acheter toutes les figurines.
Wow, c'est hot ça.
Oh my god, c'est bien fait. Oh my god, c'est bien fait.
C'est vraiment beau.
À la main, man. Hein? Oh my god, c'est genre un truc que tu mets par-dessus ta PS5.
By Daylight, happy anniversary from the world headquarters of
Il est pas fan de frissons, lui, hein.
Wishing you all the very best, and we're very proud and pleased to be a part
of le créateur de frissons.
Ouais, c'est ça.
Il y a tout, man.
Congratulations.
Let's talk a little bit about how we're going to celebrate 5 years of Dead by Daylight. And to help me do this, with me I have Not Queen, our lead manager, and returning after public outcry for his leaving, Justin, product manager.
I'll never understand why.
Well, just take it in. Right. Enjoy. Now, before we start, I believe you have a note you want to make.
Yes, I have a note I want to make. So everything that we're going to discuss today, from in-game events to community activities or pride activities, everything is going to be ending up on a calendar on our social media.
Okay.
So if you're not following Dead by Daylight on social media, now's the time to do it.
Est-ce que c'est une bonne façon d'avoir des abonnés?
Any of the details of what's going to happen. There's going to be much more than what we just talked about today, so follow us. Now, how are we going to start this?
Okay. So before we hop onto like all the activities,
un vrai event, s'il vous plaît.
I want to say, with Resident Evil coming into Dead by Daylight, this is a big thing for us, and we're preparing the arrival of a lot of new players. So what we want to ask our veterans, our expert players, is to join us into welcoming all these new players.
On va leur taper dans le dos. Bienvenue.
It can be a little overwhelming when you start, so.
Yeah, exactly.
Comme
so what we're going to do is we're going to throw a lot of tips on our social media. We're inviting our veterans to join in and add to it. And we're inviting all of the new players to like follow us and check out and maybe learn a thing or two about Dead by Daylight.
Awesome. Perfect. Now, let's get into the actual celebrations.
Bon.
Yes. So one thing that we started doing this year is hiring community artists to do art for us. So we had a Discord and Twitch emotes, and we had also key art for campaigns, for example, back in during the holidays. So knowing that, we love hiring community artists, and now we have a new project.
C'est nice, man, il paye pis tout.
We're teaming up with the merch store, and we are doing a call to artists for designing of a new community line on the merch store.
That's awesome.
Let's go.
And to make it clear, this is not a contest.
No, it's not a contest. This is us asking you, like, show us your portfolio, show us what you got, and we're going to hire some of these people.
Oh my god.
Awesome. Wonderful. Now, what else are we going to do during this month of June?
All right, so as you said, it's month of June, and so it's Pride Month, and for 2 years we've been celebrating Pride Month, and this year we want to hop a little bit.
A charm,
you know?
wow.
We want to celebrate a little bit bigger. So we're planning on a big event celebration called hashtag Into the Rainbow.
Into the Rainbow, oh yeah.
In the celebration. But we also have something new in-game if you want to join the celebration in-game as well. So we have this new charm.
Let's go!
So you can proudly display your pride.
Fuck yeah!
Exactly.
Celebrate with us. Awesome.
Yeah, and we're also going to add to the collection of emotes we had for Pride last year. So we're going to add a more diverse roster to our crows.
Amazing. All right, what else we got?
All right, so it's been 5 years.
Wow.
That Dead by Daylight's been out. We've been reached out by a ton of community members, with everyone with their own stories about Dead by Daylight, how Dead by Daylight impacted their life. We had weddings. We had babies.
What? Signed so many babies.
Matt signed so many babies. Anyways, so
Il a signé le bébé,
to
c'est bizarre.
celebrate our 5th year anniversary, we're asking you to share your Dead by Daylight story. So use hashtag DBD community on social media, and we're gonna keep an eye on that hashtag, and we're gonna make sure to reshare.
Comme Kayam il dit, il pourrait signer le tien quand on signe mon bébé.
Let's go.
And how it created.
Dis que ton bébé c'était ta queue.
That's amazing. Can't wait to read that. Now I hear people screaming right now about. Yes, but what about in the game? That's where you come in, Justin. Please tell us.
Man.
I'll tell you. So we've got a 2-week period where we're actually going to have this entire in-game event going on.
Ok, du 1 au 15, direct avant le killer. Ça, c'est nice, ils mettent pas en même temps.
You're going to find these crown
Bon, comme l'année passée, oui.
La couronne avec
Non, non, attends.
Or a killer, you can find them,
non.
interact with it, and then as a survivor, either escape or a killer, finish your match. What's going to happen is you will then unlock a crown cosmetic for this character. So these are items that are exclusive to this event.
Attendez, là, il y a peut-être d'autres choses. S'il n'y a pas d'autres choses, par contre, là...
They're only available on our original character.
Ils font tout de l'Alzheimer comme ça l'année passée ou quoi?
I think this is going to be really fun for us
Le design a changé.
Le design est pour cette année.
Crazy period of 5 years now.
But that's not all.
No, that isn't.
Bon, ok. Les gâteaux.
In-game is with a lot of confetti.
Confettis are great.
They're pretty fun. So there's going to be a lot of items in the blood web that you can find as a survivor to bring in. And we're talking toolboxes, medkits, flashlights, things that are just going to be fun to use and, you know, spread the confetti around.
Attendez, là, chialez pas tout de suite. On va chialer après.
Will there be balloons? Will there be animals? Will there be balloon animals?
C'est quoi animals, man?
Probably 1, probably 2. You're not getting that one.
All right.
It's not happening.
It's okay.
But one fun thing that we're doing this year, and is a big reason why I'm actually here with community, is because Anniversary is a very special time of the year. This is about DBD, this is about the community, because DBD is nothing without all these players that are supporting us.
Hey, le seul événement qui est bon, c'est l'événement lunaire.
Yep. So we are reviving the community
C'est le seul événement qui a de l'allure.
around the in-game event. For people that were there back in the first year, first anniversary, we had some legendary challenges where the community all got together and unlocked some items in the game.
That's nice.
Now, we want to do it again.
Bon!
That was really fun, and I know I've heard players asking, like, we want to do more stuff as a community. We want to work together.
More blood points,
so
please.
I think this year we're doing it in a very fun way. More. Because we've got some rewards that we're actually going to give out from these, like an outfit for David King.
Bon, enfin.
Both themed after the anniversary.
Au moins des skins.
Lines and everything. 2 exclusive charms just for this. One a nice little cake topper for DVD. And another one as
le teddy bear! Let's go!
If you know behavior,
Lui est
you know
nice.
this guy.
They know.
Il est juste dead, il est capable d'être high pour un charm.
Ah, mais c'est un ours! C'est un ours!
How do you actually unlock this?
On va mettre l'ours sur le crochet.
How do you get them? That's all on our social.
Voilà!
Really?
Faut juste place, j'ai pas d'éléphant.
I appreciate the effort, guys.
Sur le crochet, ça paraît bien.
No effort at all.
Pour les avoir, il va falloir les follow sur leurs sociaux.
Because we have so many
comme à
characters that
Noël.
have actually been created and are loved over this 5-year period, we want to try to find a way to give some out to players. You know, if there's one you've been waiting on, this can be your chance.
Mais les couronnes, par contre, c'est de la merde, on va se le dire.
We're going to give away enough iridescent shards to unlock one full
le design est juste différent de celui de l'année passée, c'est de la merde.
Non, mais c'est juste le principe qui est pas bon. Genre, t'es caché en arrière d'une roche, le killer te voit, genre.
No matter when you arrive, even towards the end,
C'est
you're
juste
going to
con.
have to get one of these characters.
That's awesome.
C'est juste épais le concept, genre.
I mean, I don't think we've gone far enough.
Oh my God! Do go on.
On top of that, if you have all these characters, like I know some of our super engaged players do,
quoi mettre dans le dos, quelque chose genre un accessoire,
un sac à dos.
une couronne, un sac à dos, quelque chose.
The Shrine of Secrets is a tab inside the store.
Le sac à dos, tu peux pas vraiment à cause des skins, là, ça vient tout confondre, là, mais une tenue au complet, là.
And this is so you know you don't necessarily have to purchase a character to get their perks, as long as you stay tuned and see what's going on. So for the event, what we're doing is for this entire 2-week period, every day, we are going to cycle those perks.
L'event, c'est pas début juillet, guys, c'est en juin.
And the cost of those is going to be 500 shards less.
Attends, de quoi?
I think it's going to be a lot of fun.
Oh. Le char, il va changer à tous les jours, puis ça va coûter 500 moins de moins.
Ok.
Pas toutes les perks, tu peux les débloquer.
Ok, ben ça c'est nice pour les nouveaux. Ou tout le monde, en fait.
Wow, ils refont juste le même event que l'an passé, là, on s'en wow.
Ben ça, je m'en doutais, puis je pense que tout le monde s'en doutait.
Alright, that's a wrap for us. I hope you had as much fun as I did. Thank you so much.
Et là, le gros morceau, c'est Resident Evil. Moi, l'anniversaire, pour vrai, je savais que ça allait pas être le best. Moi, c'était Resident Evil, j'attendais. L'anniversaire, j'en avais rien à foutre.
Peut-être appris quelque chose de l'année passée, mais je m'attendais pas à grand-chose.
Non, c'est ça, moi non plus. Bon!
Go, have fun.
Parce que le monde, ils ont tellement chialé l'année passée pour les couronnes, ils ont rien à
Funko Pops are coming.
Oh!
Oh!
What?
Les Funko Pops.
Ok, ils montent pas! Oh my god, les pop arrivent maintenant. Ok, je m'en précommandé.
Ça, c'est le même code que je vous ai donné tantôt, by the way.
Ouais.
Parfait.
Je suis déçu, moi aussi, je suis déçu.
Je suis pas déçu, je m'attendais à être déçu, fait que...
Ouais, moi je m'attendais déjà.
T'es déçu? Non, mais moi, de toute façon, c'est comme anniversaire, c'est pas là-dessus que j'attendais le jeu. Moi, c'était vraiment sur le chapitre de Resident Evil, puis je suis satisfait, puis j'ai hâte de jouer, genre, dans pas long.
Le monde sont comme, what the fuck? C'est fini.
C'est quoi Funko Pop?
Regardez, ils ont même pas montré les nouveaux designs des personnages.
Ben, ils ont rien fait, là, c'est juste genre...
Ils ont resté en surface.
J'espère qu'ils vont me redonner mon 1h30.
Mais tu vas pouvoir...
Ils n'ont pas montré non plus les perks.
Les perks, dès que tu rouvres le jeu, t'es
oui, mais d'habitude, ils le présentent. C'est ça l'affaire. Ils le présentent. C'est une surprise aussi quand ils le présentent. Le bêta, il est-tu là?
Faut que je redémarre Steam?
Non, moi je peux pas à leur démarrer.
Je le vois pas, là.
Fait que, guys, moi j'arrête mon live pour télécharger le plus rapidement possible l'update. Restez sur le live, je reviens dans à peu près 20-30 minutes, gros maximum. Et on va découvrir ce nouveau chapitre together. Fait que je vous dis à tantôt, à tout à l'heure. Puis on va aller, je vais installer en fait l'update. Puis on va directement aller découvrir le chapitre de Resident Evil. Oh yeah!